happy Tuesday, and we are looking back. Which that's fucking perfect. Tuesday night, and we got see you next Tuesday on here. Which I have to say,
all right.
I love your "I love cunt" shirts, and I'm gonna fucking get one from y'all.
Hell yeah!
I love that fucking show. I was like, this is the greatest shit ever. All right, so
Well,
how you
thank
guys
you.
doing tonight?
Not so bad. Thanks for having us on.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we're gonna let Meg kick it off tonight.
Again.
All
right.
Oh no.
So when y'all are on your tours, I know you don't tour very much anymore. What's your go-to gas station snack?
Ooh. Go-to gas station snack?
It
depends on where we stop, because there's different tiers of gas stations. We're talking Wawas and Sheets,
Buc-ee's
or Buc-ee's. Yeah, man, they get pretty damn wild. I could get like a pulled pork sandwich and cheese curds.
Dude, I fucking love Buc-ee's. When me and Meg, we went and covered Welcome to Rockville like a few months ago, and it was like every fucking morning we're like, fuck getting goddamn $30 pulled pork sandwiches at Welcome to Rockville. We're gonna go to Buc-ee's, eat as much as we can before we get through the gate, and hopefully we don't have to eat again until after we get out of here.
Hell yeah!
I remember the first time I went there. It was like walking into a fucking Bass Pro Shop for the first time.
We went to one outside San Antonio, and apparently that's one of the bigger ones like in the nation.
Yeah.
Or is the biggest one in the nation, maybe. It was an epicenter, to say the least.
It was too much for me.
I got some almonds and pulled pork, and my wife got some freaking Buc-ee's shorts, and we were ready to party.
Dude, I love that
Buc-ee's
fucking
awesome.
place. Man, that place, you can't beat fucking Buc-ee's, especially if you're touring and you need fucking cheap shit that's not too damn expensive, but it's better than what you would normally get. That's definitely the place.
Yeah. We got Sheets up by us. We don't have Buc-ee's. Well, I don't have a Sheets by me, but Jimmy's got them down in Columbus, and they're kind of more in the lower parts of Michigan, but that's the closest we got. You guys ever been to a Sheets?
I have. There's a Sheet. The closest Sheets to us is up in North Carolina. Like you start seeing them in like the North Carolina area and going up, and then you go, I think, up into like Virginia. Then you start seeing like Wawa.
Wawas are incredible.
Yeah, I've been to a Wawa. I've been to Sheets. Buc-ee's is still always my fucking favorite.
Oh yeah, Buc-ee's is definitely better for sure.
Do they
Back
have
in the
where you guys are at?
Quick Trip don't fucking count.
QT?
Yeah.
QT's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's all right.
That shit
Yeah,
ain't
well,
Well, that's like the biggest thing that they had where I used to live was QT.
We stopped at one when we did the Mountain of Fire music video. That's where Fox had to go in to the gas station wearing his Hobbit outfit. I have pictures.
Nice.
Yep.
Right.
We got mostly we have like Speedways is like our big gas station.
I've seen those a lot. Speedway.
Okay.
Yeah.
When they got the Rolly Dogs on and they haven't been there all day long, it's not a bad stop.
Yeah, they're not bad. They got like these calzone things aren't terrible either.
Anything on a
There's
heater.
Yeah.
That's my go-to snack for my answer is a sick Rolly Dog with some cheese, nacho cheese on it.
See, exactly. The nacho cheese belongs on the hot dog.
Boom. There you go.
There we go.
If I'm actually hungry, I generally try to find like a slice of pizza or something that's gonna have like a mixture of food groups, I guess.
I would probably have to say the best thing out of Quick Trip is their breakfast pizza.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh,
I've never had one.
I've never had it either.
It's pretty good.
I'm scared.
I don't think I've frequented very many Quick Trips in my day, but
we definitely don't have them here.
No.
Yeah, I don't have them here either.
All right, Daff, you're up.
All right, guys. rock and metal genre wasn't even out there, what genre would each one of you guys choose to play music in?
If what wasn't?
If rock and metal wasn't a genre, what would you?
Oh,
I know.
probably bluegrass.
Ooh,
Just because a big proponent of me getting back into guitar after such a long time of not playing guitar was Billy Strings, who's a
okay.
Michigan native here and good friend of our singers and just an extremely talented dude. But I mean, the shredding, insanely technical aspect of bluegrass is kind of what drew me to it, you know. So
Heck yeah.
Huh?
I also played upright bass in a gypsy jazz trio for about 3 years of my life.
Wow.
So I guess that would be an easy one to go back to. But gypsy jazz is like 30s French jazz where it's two guitar players and an upright bass. That's kind of like more acoustic-y jazz stuff, but it was fun. So one of those two, I guess.
Okay.
Fair enough. Hi, CB.
All right. So,
What
If-
you
Wait,
guys-
wait! I didn't get to
There
answer.
we go.
oh, there we go. Go ahead.
I would front an outlaw country band.
Ooh. Okay.
Okay.
Absolutely, hands
Some
down.
of the outlaw country. I'm not. I generally hate country, but some of the outlaw country I've heard, I actually don't mind. It's actually not that bad.
You know, I'm not talking anything that was made past like 1979.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Like I can do like Johnny Cash and some of the stuff like that. Like I actually like Johnny Cash because my grandmother was a big fucking Johnny Cash fan, and she had Johnny Cash playing the house fucking constantly.
All right, I'll take it.
CB.
You'll
All
get
right.
you there.
So, if you guys had an unlimited budget to do your best show, you had whatever at your disposal, whatever you guys wanted, what would be your show to really
Oh
just
man,
blow it out of the water?
Like you mean lineup?
Yep. No, just for any show that you guys wanted to put on.
Pyrotechnics,
Anything.
lights, the whole fucking 9 yards.
Oh man,
oh wow.
I don't know.
Um, Well, I mean, for lineup, it'd be pretty cool to do like all the artists that were part of our Relapses remix album. So like Frontier and John Connor and Sawtooth Grin and Body Snatcher and you know all those bands. It'd probably take a lot to fly some of those people all to one location because they're all over the world.
Money ain't an object on this, though.
Yeah, for sure. So I think that would be our only opportunity to do such a thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, probably some fireworks too, because explosions are cool. I don't know. I never really thought about it. I don't think I'd ever be in a position to have fireworks. So I guess if we're talking unlimited budget, you know, it'd have to somehow be in a house show too. So everyone would have to wear like flame retardant gear, you know.
No, I haven't been to a house show since I was probably in my low 20s. Was probably
Wow.
That's our bread and butter right there.
Yeah, man. I love
Floor
house
shows and house shows and that type of stuff. Like
I try to frequent them as often as I can.
Yeah, they're the only place that I know that does that you can actually go to it's actually a venue in a house. And it's in South Carolina and it's in Columbia, which is about 2 hours from here, called the Commie House. And it's literally a house that was converted into a venue.
Nice.
That's kind of cool.
It looks like shit. Like there's graffiti all over the fucking walls. It's small, it's compact. You can maybe fit like maybe 30 people in there. You go anywhere.
Oh wow.
Wow.
You turn in any direction, you're gonna get somebody fucking pregnant.
Many years ago, we were on tour with who was on that? Born of Osiris, I think fucking Attila. I can't remember. Anyway, we played in this show. It was like a house show in Alabama, but it was like you pulled into this like house, and it was like one of those like 3-story plantation style houses, you know. And it had like this giant pole barn, and the pole barn was legit like a venue. You know, they had a full PA. It was all painted black inside, lights, the whole 9 yard. And like the people that owned the house like cooked food and made food for all the bands and stuff. And I remember one of the coolest things about that house show too was that this fucking dude rolls up in a pickup truck and takes like one of those big metal oil barrels and rolls it off the back of his truck and starts a fire in it and throws a grill over top of it. And I was like, yeah, I caught this shark out at the bay earlier today, and whips out all these fucking like blue shark, some sort of blue shark. I can't remember the name, but they were like chunks of meat, and he's just throwing them on the fire and squeezing lemon on top of it. It was fucking awesome. One of the best meals I ever had.
All right.
What the hell? They need to have more places like that. Fuck.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Damn. All right. So
I played some weird places, that's for sure.
what you got, Jimmy? You got anything to add?
I don't know. Pyrotechnics are something like, you know, you go to these like big shows, and like when you've seen Slayer and stuff, like they've got these big like fire bursts that like happen during like a segment of a song.
Yeah.
It'd be cool to do a gravity blast while one of those is cooking. I think that'd be sweet.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So for each one of you, at what point in your life did you decide you want to be a musician? Was it a band? Was it a family member? Like, what was that one moment you're like, I want to be a fucking musician?
Mine was just band in high school. I was trying to get out of going to physical ed because I was fat. And I was like, this is stupid. So I was told you don't have to play a sport if you're in marching band. So I joined marching band.
Well, did you know that was a sport in its own?
I guess
Right.
so. Not really. Not really. There's nothing competitive about marching band.
Oh, I don't. My experience was totally different.
Yeah.
I was in marching band. We played trombone. Very competitive.
Oh, yeah. I was percussion. I don't know. I guess I kind of just led it anyway. So I didn't feel like there was any competition.
True.
See, I never had to do PE because I doubled up. I was in choir, but I was also played football. So
Oh, dang.
I never had it doesn't matter where I went, I didn't have to fucking do PE. I don't know why I didn't want. I was athletic and I like sports. I just didn't want to do PE. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I did not want to fucking do it.
I was in weightlifting all 4 years, so I didn't have to do PE either.
There you go.
How about you, Jimmy?
Let's say for me, I was obsessed with Hank Williams Jr. when I was little, and my mom had bought me like this Little Tykes like guitar and microphone PA combo thing, and I don't know. I wanted to play guitar first. I thought it was so cool, and then I was like realizing it wasn't for me, and I would just get frustrated and trying to learn. And then so my cousin had played drums, and I thought that was super cool. And she let me sit behind her kit at their house. I was probably 10 or 11, and ended up getting that drum kit later on, and just kind of went from there. And I just became obsessed with drums at that point, basically.
Funny story is Jimmy and I both started on the same brand of drum kit. TKO
Nice.
Percussion, baby.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So,
Yeah.
So getting into that, if each one of you could choose anyone to make you your signature instrument, however you want it built, put together, what brand would you choose?
Oh,
Oh, man. Probably
mine.
Paul Reed Smith.
there you go.
Okay.
Are you gonna get a Floyd Rose, Drew?
Oh yeah, for sure.
You don't really
Yeah.
hear. I don't hear too many people say PRS because we always ask that question. I think that's the first time I've ever heard it.
Really? I
Yeah.
love them. PRS for me when I was growing up was always like I always called them the lawyer guitars because they're really expensive. You know, because like metal guitars, you can get a decent guitar for like $500. Well, you could when I was in my 20s, but nowadays it's not the case. But um,
Yeah.
back during COVID, when I started getting back into writing music again and kind of got See You Next Tuesday up and running again. I was working a shitload. I'm a mailman, is my day job, and you know, I just got over this big hump of working like 70 hours a week for almost a year, and my wife was just like, "Treat yourself to a guitar," and I bought myself an overpriced PRS, and I wrote a whole album with it, and I don't know, they've always been like that upper echelon to me, you know, like I've only owned one in my life and I still have it. But yeah, it'd be cool to get another one, especially because like the nicer ones, you know, I have like a base model because I'm not rich, but um, some of those guitars can be, you know, $8,000-9,000. It's fucking crazy.
Oh yeah, I've seen them. Like I've always like me being a bass player. I always wanted a Warwick because like
Oh yeah, those are awesome.
Ryan from Mudvayne was like one of my big, you know, idols growing up as far as like bass players are concerned. And I was like,
Yeah,
I wanted one.
you know, he plays Federa now, which is if I were to buy a high end bass, a Federa would be it. Just because I grew up listening to Victor Wooten. But yeah, he plays. What is his name? Robert Martini.
Ryan, yeah.
Ryan Martini. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He plays a Federa bass now. He actually has a custom one from them, which that brand is like another one of those upper echelon companies, man. I've never even played a Federa bass. It's just like there's such like a uniquely expensive item that I've never even been in the same room as one before.
I know. I typically right now I play Ibanez's, and I just dropped $1,800 on a brand new Ibanez. I was like, oh, God damn, it's fucking killing me.
And that's nothing compared to some of the prices. Like Federa, I'm not even kidding you. Like a bass model, like single pickup, single knob Federa bass is $5,000.
All right, so we have somebody out in the comments one that wants to know what do you play now currently for the band.
For guitar, like I am the guitar player, so I play a guitar. I have two guitars. I got the PRS that I was talking about, which is just a custom 20 or I'm sorry, it's a CE24, the bolt-on 24 fret. And then I have the reissue ESP, the 1987 M1. So it's the single pickup M1 with like the contoured fucking thing. The fins are contoured.
All right, Jimmy, how about you, man?
Definitely, hands down, Tama drums. All of my heroes growing up played Tama. My first like really nice drum kit that I still have is a Tama. I have 3 Tama kits now.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Nice.
DW was always like some brand that I was always like, man, they would be so awesome to have a DW kit someday. And then when I joined See You Next Tuesday, their old drummer used to have a kind of like a custom made acrylic drum kit. And I kind of wanted to like pay homage to that because I think acrylic kits are cool. And then I managed to find a DW acrylic kit for a really great price. And so that's what I've been using for every show since our first one back. So,
Awesome.
but Tama drums for sure.
Excellent. All right, Meg, you're up.
So what's the sketchiest house show y'all been at? What's the one where you're like, I don't know if we're gonna make it out of here?
Like the sketchiest. Did you say house show or just show in
A
general?
show or venue, whatever. Like, let's just say venue. I'm just assuming. It's
Okay. Okay. So for sure, 100%. I did not know like we had to have someone always watching our van. That type of situation. It was actually it was the first tour we ever did that went out west. And Rick, our current bass player, was in the band. Jimmy was not in the band yet. This was back in like maybe 2006 or something. Actually, it's funny because someone posted we played this festival in Vegas that had like the Chariot and Job for a Cowboy and just like every fucking band that was awesome back in 2006 played that festival.
Yeah.
And someone posted that earlier today. But later on that tour, we were up in Oakland, California. And this was like kind of a DIY thing. Like I booked it myself. And back then we used like MySpace. And we would just like message bands in whatever city we were in and just be like, hey, I see you play a lot of shows. Can you hook us up with a show? We're going to be touring through. And so I couldn't remember the name of the band, but it was a band from the Oakland area, and they got us a show at this place called the Chop Shop. And like we thought, cool, some venue called the Chop Shop.
Yeah.
And like we fucking roll up, and it's legitimately a chop shop. Like they had a barbed wire gate that they opened up and let us in. And then, like, I'm not even shitting you. There was like this wall of like Mini Coopers that were just like stacked on top of each other and like stripped bare. And then like you went inside this room and they just took like fucking tarps and put them up to block off all the cars that are being stripped during the day. And they made like this area that was like this, it held like, 50, 60 kids and a PA and some gear. And we had a show, and like everybody that parked outside of the fence, their cars got broken into. It was probably like 30, 40 people.
Oh.
And, like I remember Rick and I walked to a gas station and I got like a cup of noodles and like a soda and shit, and like everybody at the gas station had guns, and like it was just like that part of Oakland that you don't go when you're not, when you're a white dude, and we were there, and it was sketchy as shit. I mean, I remember the show being pretty decent. We like all the people that were there were really great, because it's a touring band playing a fucking chop shop. But yeah, I remember when it was done, we couldn't get out of there fucking fast enough. That's for sure.
Shit, fuck that. Fuck that.
And that's only like number one by like a percentage. Like we played a lot of shitty, sketchy places.
Well, let's hear from Jimmy. What's a sketchy one that you dealt with?
Honestly, I can't even think of one off the top of my head. I don't know.
So chill. He's just like, yeah, everything's good.
I'm trying to think of a moment in time, in past tourings, because we haven't, we've toured a bit, since we, the last 3 years, but we've had really great experiences so far, and I'm trying to think of like something from 20 years ago, but
Jimmy only joined the band in like 2022. He was in a band called the Heartland way back when we were first touring and stuff. We played with his band, the Heartland. That's kind of how we met.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't have to be from See You Next Tuesday. What's just for you personally? What's the sketchiest?
That's what I'm trying to think of, because
apparently he lucked out and didn't play as much sketchy shit as we did. Because holy shit!
I mean, I'm sure I did, but I like cannot like. It's like my brain like either like put it away or
you never played the Slaughterhouse with the Robinson dudes.
Oh, well, then that would be like any time I ever played in Pittsburgh. Sure. That was the sketchiest place I've ever played.
I know
any
I
place in
played-
Pittsburgh.
We played in this one place. I think I was in my low 30s. It was like out in the middle of Kansas. And it looked like this like fucking Texas Chainsaw Massacre barn that had
Hell yes.
a stage in it, but you could tell the barn had a shit ton of fucking structural damage. And I'm like, this motherfucker is going to come down on us.
It sounds like you're talking about boozers in Corpus Christi.
Yeah.
Terrifying. It was a good show. It fit probably like there's probably about a good 100, 150 fucking people in that shit. And it was out in the middle. Fucking, I was like, dude, nobody's gonna show up to this shit. There was like 5 bands, and then all of a sudden, fucking here comes shit tons of fucking cars, just one by one. I was like, God damn, and that thing packed out. But I was like, I felt like I could literally see this motherfucker like swaying with people in there. I'm like, oh my God, this is gonna collapse and we're all gonna die. All of
We
us can die.
we're. Oh, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say, I think I've slept in more sketchy places than I've played. And
I could attest to that. Too. I could attest to that.
yeah, places
We-
in Florida and in Louisiana, two
Florida's
of
the
those
worst.
come to mind.
Florida's
Yeah.
the worst. We stayed at this.
Florida
one-
is awful.
I remember being on tour. We stayed at this place called the Thunderbird Motel.
Oh boy.
And it was like right off the highway, but it was disgusting. And we walked in there and it still had the beds that you could put the quarters in. It would like fucking vibrate.
Hell yeah!
I was like,
I've never experienced that. I'm not gonna lie to you. Out of all my traveling I've done, I've unfortunately never experienced that.
some of the guys got in the bed. I was like, hell no, I went and slept out of the car. I was like, ain't no way in hell I'm sleeping in that bed. You can't fucking pay me enough.
That's gonna wake up all the bed bugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We almost always had to have somebody sleep in the van just to keep guard because you never fucking know, man.
Right. No.
Yeah,
Some shady people.
But we lucked out too. I mean, like we got to stay at some really crazy places. Like one time we're on tour and we stayed with the bass player of Job for a Cowboy. And I don't know if you knew this about him, but his parents like own this giant concrete company in Phoenix, and like it was a fucking castle. Like it had like an armed guard and like a insanely long driveway. We slept in his in-home theater.
Wow.
Ooh,
That's
nice.
crazy. Yeah, I remember walking in and like there's like one of those like double stairs made of like fucking marble and shit. It was crazy. We watched The Incredibles. It was actually incredible.
That's one band I've always wanted to see live, and I've never been able to because they were one of my fucking favorite bands back then. I fucking loved Job for a Cowboy.
Yeah, we got to do a whole tour with them. It was us, Psyopus, Doth, and Acacia Strain. It was an incredible tour.
Me and Meg just seen them a couple months ago.
Acacia Strain?
Yeah, they played
Yeah.
Welcome to Rockville. Them, there's a bunch of them.
My
All
buddy
right,
plays
yeah.
guitar for them now. It's pretty cool to see him up there.
Oh, that's badass.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Daff.
All right, guys. In the past or any future, what is your number one pick of a festival to go to and to play?
I would definitely like to play Obscene Extreme. That looks like it'd be a lot of fun. The one that's in the Czech Republic. I think it happened. I think it happened this past weekend because I've been seeing a lot of videos.
Mhm.
But it's like a more underground grindcore stuff. But like it's just one of those fests where like it's a bunch of debauchery because it's in the Czech Republic, and there's a lot less lax rules. But that one for sure, I would like to attend or play, preferably play, 'cause then I feel less awkward.
Let's see. For me, I think Maryland Death Fest. I
Okay.
think I know that the guys played it many years ago. But I think for me personally now, lots of great bands. They always have a really stacked bill for those 4 days. So I think that for me would be something I would want to do.
Yeah, see, Maryland Death Fest, I've been once, and I think that was whenever the first time I ever got introduced to the Red Chord. And I was like,
oh, there you go.
Fuck yeah. So, yeah, it was fun. It was a good time. All right, CB, you up, homeboy.
All right, what is your greatest pet peeve whenever you're at a show?
My pet peeve at a show.
Mm-hmm.
Everything.
When you're clearly like standing there watching a band, like obviously there's a difference between standing there watching a band and being like up front and like screaming and stuff. But like if I don't know a band but I'm interested in checking them out, I will just stand there and watch. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
And like having like that random person come up and think that you're bored and want to have a conversation. It's like, dude, I don't want to scream at you. Yeah. And you have earplugs in and you're like literally like an inch from each other's ear, like, yeah, man, like this band up next.
You're like basically necking them to try to hear a conversation.
Yeah, it's just like, dude, I'm bad at small talk as it is. Like, shut the fuck up. Let me watch the band. For anybody that's out there, if I'm standing there watching a band, don't come up and talk to me. You can wave and say hi, and I'll acknowledge you and go, hey. And then we'll continue watching the band. But like, watch the fucking band. Stop talking.
I'm kind of the same way. Like, I like to watch. I'm not a mosher. Like, I'm way too fucking old to be doing that shit. Even though I did it with her and Knocked Loose, and it was an experience I'll never fucking forget because it was goddamn intense. But I felt that shit for about 2 weeks fucking afterwards, and I felt like I got my ass beat by fucking Mike Tyson. And damn, because I got fucking kicked in the side of my fucking dome by some chick wearing steel-toed combat boots.
Ooh.
Oh, hell yeah.
I had to grab onto her. She didn't even know it had happened. And this fucking girl, I mean, just straight kicked me square in the fucking temple. And all I seen was white and fucking red stars. And I was like, oh, fuck. And I grabbed a hold of her because I knew if I didn't, my ass was going down because it was not good. And it was like that for like a good 15 minutes. I couldn't see shit.
Damn.
God damn. I was like, I knew that this was a bad idea. But I like to sit there and I like to watch the performance. I like to see what they're doing. I like to see what they're playing. As a musician myself, I like to watch that shit. I like to see it all. And I am not one that wants to sit there and do the goddamn circle pit. In my 20s, sure. But I'm fucking over 40 years old. I'd
rather jump into a circle pit though than have someone screaming in my ear trying to have a conversation though.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
What do you want from Subway?
All right, what you got, Jimmy?
I think for me, it's getting stopped and talked to by someone who's overly intoxicated.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I'm already pre-jittery nervous when we play shows. And I like to kind of go off on my own a little bit before we play, and I won't go out into the crowd anymore because people who have had too much to drink, hey, oh my God, let me tell you about this. And I'm like, I don't have time, and I'm not trying to be rude, and I'll be like, oh yeah, cool. I was like, I gotta actually get back here and start warming up, so I'll catch you on the flip flop.
I know how you feel because like me and her were at Welcome to Rockville and we were trying to watch Whitechapel. And we're sitting there watching Whitechapel, and on the back of the gates of VIP, they got these barrier gates. Well, on the back of them, there's like almost like these step stools that you could step up on and just stand on and see over the crowd and watch the whole thing.
Oh.
So I'm on one and she's on the other right in front of me. Well, all of a sudden, this drunk ass fucking chick gets up and puts 1 foot on mine, 1 foot on hers, and looks at me and decides to just whip her tits out and starts like dumping water all over herself, like having her own goddamn fucking on stage strip porno show and is like rubbing on me. Dude, I'm alright. I don't like, if I don't know you, I don't want you in my fucking bubble. I don't give a fuck how hot you are. I don't want you in my goddamn bubble. I don't know who the fuck you are. And she's like, rub on me and then tries to kiss me. And I'm like trying to tap Meg, but she was so far away I couldn't get a hold of her to be like, hey, get this bitch off of me. She had no clue because it was so loud. Luckily, there's this mother with her kids right behind me that's seen it and fucking grabbed her and jerked her ass off. Was like, get the fuck out of here. It was the awkwardest shit, but that girl was so fucking plastered she could barely fucking stand. And I was like, okay, that is probably one of the single most awkward moments I've ever fucking had. I hate overly drunk people. Because
you're like, what just happened here?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I was like telling her about it. She's like, what? I was like,
Yeah, clueless.
Oh,
I was just
did you
watching
see that?
Whitechapel.
Yeah, did you see that sick drum fill that Whitechapel drummer did? No, I saw some giant tits in my face.
oh, they weren't giant. They were like fucking 12-year-old tits on a fucking 40-year-old.
Mosquito bite.
Yeah, like there wasn't nothing to look at to fucking begin with in the first place. So,
That's a wild story.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got tons, and they're all at festivals. Festivals, you always see the most wild shit.
I don't go to them. They're too people-y for me.
Like, I love them, and that's why I go VIP. Because if you go VIP, it's not that bad. But if you're out there in general admission, it's a fucking shit show. I think that we only went and watched 2 bands in general admission, which was Marilyn Manson, because we wanted to get as close as we could for it. And then we went and did Knocked Loose.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We got in the GA areas.
Oh, and ICP.
Oh, yeah, we did do ICP.
Yeah. Had to be up front for that one.
Did you get covered in Fago?
I would too.
But I just wanted to see it just to experience it.
Right. I get that. The big thing that happens here in Columbus is Sonic Temple.
Yeah.
And that just happened back in May. And I like one of my favorite bands in the entire world is Metallica. And I was like, man, I really want to go see Metallica, but I don't want to be around that many people. Like, I don't know what it is. It's just being in a festival setting, like all day long. Like, take for example, they're about an hour north of here is a festival this coming weekend called Incarceration Fest, and they hosted at the prison where Shawshank was filmed.
Yeah, I've been to it.
Okay, so it's a big thing, and my niece's fiance bought weekend pass, and earlier when they were announcing bands and things, he was like, is there any day that you would maybe want to go? And honestly, no, not really. But I am a huge fan of the Dillinger Escape Plan, especially the era of their first singer. And he recently joined the band, like it was like the last year or two. They restarted it with him on the vocals again, and so they're playing. And I was like, "There's this band I've always wanted to see." They're playing that festival that same day. Just so happens to be the same day as Slipknot as the main act for the evening. So seeing those two are really the only
I was gonna say
on the radar.
watching Eloy Casagrande play drums for Slipknot would be worth it for sure. That dude's a fucking monster.
I've seen Slipknot twice, and the first time I seen them, I didn't even know who the fuck they were. Mm-hmm. And it was the Jägermeister music tour. And it was Shadows Fall, Killswitch Engage, and Slipknot was the main act. Well, I didn't know. I was going for Shadows Fall because I was a big Shadows Fall fan back then. And I knew who Killswitch was. So I was like, okay, I want to see Killswitch too. And I started to fucking leave. And this big dude was like, don't do it. Trust me. You want to stay and watch Slipknot. And I stayed. And it instantly became a fan because the very first song they played coming out was Heretic's Anthem.
Sick.
But
I saw him.
I've only seen them with Joey. I've never seen them with anybody else.
I've only seen him with Joey too. I saw him back in, I think it was '99. It was at Ozfest and they were on a side stage. And I remember like I was like waiting for the main stage band to play, and everybody was like running towards the side stage, and all you could hear is like, dude, there's these guys wearing fucking masks and they're climbing all over shit. And like everybody flocked over to the side stage, and it was like 9 dudes crammed on this stage. And this was like, you know, the first record had just came out. And then the next year I saw him on tour with Fear Factory, which is fucking awesome.
I think I went to that Ozfest, but I skipped Slipknot to go see Coal Chamber because they were playing at the same damn time.
They played back to back at the fest I was at, because I remember seeing Coal Chamber and then seeing Slipknot.
Yeah, see, they were playing at the same time, and I went to see Coal Chamber instead because I had no clue who the fuck Slipknot was.
Yeah,
that's surprising. You know, it's
that was my first time hearing of them. Ozfest was like their breakout tour for sure.
Yeah,
I remember meeting Joey. I went and saw him at Clutch Cargo, or no, not Clutch Cargo's, Harpo's. It was a shitty venue in a shitty part of Detroit. I was like 16 years old, and my mom didn't care, so I drove down there. And I remember going around the back after the show, and they had their bus out there, and everybody's meeting all the dudes in Slipknot. And I remember meeting Joey, and he was like up to here on me. I was like, "Oh shit, you're really little."
He's fun size.
Little but mighty, man.
Hey, well, that was like the first time I ever met Phil from Whitechapel. He's fucking teeny. Oh
yeah.
Like, I'm 6'1", and he was fucking way down there because we were at Welcome to Rockville, and that was whenever I got introduced to Whitechapel for the first time because we were back in VIP, and it was me and my brother, and we had just got done watching Gemini Syndrome, and so we went back to eat because I think the next band up was like Texas Hippie Coalition. I didn't give 2 shits about seeing them, so I was like, all right, time to go eat. So we're sitting there eating, and this dude, it was him and one other guy, which happened to be Alex Wade. There was like nowhere to sit to eat except for in front of me and my brother, and they walked over. They're like, hey, do you mind if we sit here and eat? Cool, go ahead. So they sat down. We started, just chit-chatting, and they're like, oh, who you guys here to see? And we started telling them all the bands we wanted to see, and they're like, well, we're up in like 30, 45 minutes. Have you ever heard of Whitechapel? We're like, no. And they're like, well, come check us out and come watch us, and we'll throw you some CDs and pics and stuff. And I was like, all right, cool. So we went and watched them, and I was like blown the fuck away. I was like, what the fuck is this? Yeah. They played it, sure shit. They got off the stage. They jumped out into the crowd with everybody. They didn't even go back to it. They jumped the barrier and went over and was like handing out CDs and pics to fucking every damn person that they could talk. And that, to me, that really impressed the hell out of me because you don't see too many bands anymore that actually do that.
Right.
No, not at all.
That want to meet their fans and make those connections and really like push their fucking name out there, because even local bands, I see them get on stage, go off, and then you never see them again.
Right.
So to me, that was always very, very, very impressive. So with that being said, if you guys, being that you guys are veterans of playing and all that, what is some things as far as advice that you could give an upcoming brand new band?
Don't do it. No.
Save yourself.
I think Drew and I can both probably agree on this, because Drew loves to do this, is practice.
Yeah.
Get good at your instrument, make sure you know what you're doing, and I mean the rest will kind of follow.
Yeah. Practice as a band, you're never gonna get anywhere being sloppy.
Yep.
Don't be a fucking dick. That's the biggest advice I can be. Like, don't be an entitled dick. Like, we played with so many bands that are like shitty about, you know what I mean? Like you sometimes you show up, you play with these bands, and they're welcoming, and they'll offer to feed you, or offer to share gear or help you carry your gear, and then you show up and play with like this local band that is pissy that they're opening this show instead of playing right before the headliner or something. And they're just, you know what I mean? And Jimmy knows what I'm talking about, and I will not name names, but it was a recent endeavor. And it's just like, man, who the fuck are you? You know what I mean? Like, just don't be a dick. Just be nice. You know,
Exactly.
take the cards you dealt and have a good time with them. Don't fucking don't ruin it. You know, so that's it. I mean, there's definitely times in our past, like as a band, like we did a tour with Attila, and we definitely made them know that we did not want to tour with them. And we're dicks, and that's okay, because once in a while we chose to be. But other than that, I'd say that every other band we were pretty damn nice to that we came across. So we tried to be anyway. Yeah, we try to be anyway.
I've
even if you don't like a band, you know what I mean? Like, I have a pretty niche music that I like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't love every band that we've ever played with, but like, if they're a bunch of cool dudes, that's all that fucking matters, you know?
Yeah.
I've heard some horror stories about Attila, so I've got a lot of friends who have played with Attila. I've never got to. I have seen them play it several times, and we watched them at Welcome to Rockville, but I've never played with them. But I've heard from many of my friends, and I don't think I've ever heard a good story from any of them ever.
For us, honestly, man, like we had just released Intervals at the time, and we're this band that was trying to be more on a grindcore side of things, and we got put on this tour, and Attila was like the last minute addition to the tour. It was like Born of Osiris, and I want to say like Beneath the Massacre, maybe. No, that was Tony Danza. There was another band. There was another awesome band on the tour. I can't remember who it was because we didn't headline. It was like us, or no, it was like Born of Osiris, Attila, us, and then like a headliner, and I don't remember who it was. But anyway, it doesn't matter. All I knew about the band was like their shitty music videos and like their persona online, and it just wasn't our vibe for sure. Like, it wasn't our vibe. Like, the whole like acting like rappers and like the sexualizing things, and it's just not our vibe. And so when we got on it, we were totally prejudiced. We didn't even give them the opportunity to be nice to us, and we were fucking dicks. But that was like the only thing. That was the only time we were like that. Like, even bands that were like, oh man, I do not care for this band, and we end up getting on tour with them, and they're just the fucking sweetest dudes, you know? So it's like, you never know what you're gonna get, I guess.
Fair enough. All right, Meg, you up.
All right. What is your most memorable fan interaction? Either weird or touching? Like, what's your like heartfelt?
Oh,
not just touching.
I was like, who grabbed me?
Yeah. Either heartfelt or weird. What's your most memorable?
Well, there was a story. I didn't actually meet this fan, but it was like kind of a touching story, I guess. We were playing Dirt Fest one year. I can't remember. I know like Black Dahlia Murder played, and a few other bands. Anyway, I can't even remember. But during our set, this girl gets hit in the head by like someone's spin kick or something like that. You know, gets knocked out. We had to pause. Ambulance came. Girl gets taken away. No big deal. Show continues. Like a few days later, we find out this girl, she goes to the hospital, and they scan her brain to make sure like the kick didn't do any damage or whatever, and they found like a fucking brain tumor. And they were able to remove it because it was so small that like if she hadn't got that brain scan, it could have gone missing and it could have turned into something more serious type of situation.
That's why it's important to go to shows.
Yeah. So not all spin kicks are bad, kids.
Get in the pit. Fuck shit up.
Yeah. Get in the pit.
All right, Jimmy.
Man, really, honestly, any time that someone, when I'm feeling people interactive, it's not like I don't like being around people. I just, like I said, most of the time, a lot of people are just way too drunk. But anytime that someone comes up to us and says, your guys' music really helped me through a tough time in some way, shape, or form, or your music is the reason why I'm still here, like that shit's for real, because people go through a lot of shit. And social media is a platform now where a lot of people can just spill their guts, but a lot of people choose not to. And you don't know what kind of day someone's having, or just talking to someone at a show, just being like, hey, thanks for coming, make someone's day. And it's like, anytime someone comes up to us and says, one of our records made a huge impact on them, like, man, hearing you guys made me want to start a band or play the drums or an instrument of any sorts. That's always like one of my favorite things, to hear. So that would be mine.
Excellent. All right, Daff, you're going to have the last question of the night before we get into one of their music videos.
Oh, no, here we go.
Actually, it's a lyric video, but hey, it works.
So what do you guys do outside of music? When you just have time to chill and you're not doing your music, what you do?
He's doing it right now.
I was going to say, he's smoking the ganja.
Honestly, I'm. Yeah, go ahead, Jimmy. Yours is probably more important or more interesting.
It's not. It's behind me. I collect records and
Ooh, I like it.
Very nice.
And random knickknacks of sorts. I'm a collector of things. The opposite of what Drew is.
That's true. I'm an anti-hoarder. Honestly, I spend most of my free time is spent doing music. I have a home studio, so I'm always recording stuff, and I'm into synthesizer stuff, so I'm always making that type of stuff, or I'm working on new See Next Tuesday stuff. But honestly, as some sort of music in some fashion is just really, I could practice guitar 3-4 hours a day, 6 days a week. It wouldn't be a problem. So I spend a lot of my free time on music, and that's that and eating food. I love getting stoned and eating food.
Hey, food is very important when you got those weird combinations.
Fair enough. I'm not big on the smoking, but I do love my edibles. That I do love.
Hey, there you go. I love those too.
I love my edible. For some reason, smoking it just tears the fuck out of my goddamn throat, and I just do not. I don't like the coughing and all that shit. I just like to fucking pop a good gummy or a chocolate bar, and I'm fucking good to go.
I just
gummies
I get a contact from when I go up to Drew's and we're in the garage talking about band stuff.
That's all you need is the contact eye.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm trapped in there, so it's fine.
I smoke a lot of pot.
Fair enough.
I live in northern Michigan, though. It's pretty much free. Weed is so cheap. It's the only thing that has deflation to it.
Wow.
4 years ago, weed was twice as much money as it is now. I could buy a full ounce of wonderful weed for $60.
Good.
Nice.
Yeah, packs, 200 milligram packs of gummies up here are $2.
Oh my god!
What?
Damn.
So being that we're talking about this, and this will be the last question tonight before we get into the music video. So, if you guys could create and market your own marijuana product, what would it be, and what strain would you use?
Ooh.
Oh man,
This one's for Drew.
Yeah.
Pick something good.
I don't know. I mean, like some concentrate or something would be pretty cool. You know, like big glob of goobers.
See you next Tuesday.
Yeah, see you next Tuesday. Fucking hash. Some hash would be pretty cool. I don't know.
Weed you next Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm mostly a flower guy myself, but yeah, I don't know. I guess I never really thought about it. And I'm not really like a strain specific guy either. I'm failing being a stoner. I just smoke an absolute shitload of weed. I'm one of those guys where like I go to the store and I'm like, okay, I need it to be a hybrid or indica, and it needs to be sticky and dense. If it's not those qualifications, I don't want it. And then like I literally have them like grab the shit with tweezers and squeeze it, and like if it falls apart, I don't buy it. And if it's like sticky and dense, that's what it is. So that's the strain. Sticky and dense.
I know the most fucked up I ever got. We were in Vegas, and we went to Snoop Dogg's dispensary. And I walked in there, and this girl, I learned all the strains and stuff now, but back then I didn't know fucking jack shit. So
there's just so many.
I just want something good, and I want a vape pen. I don't want to have to fucking smoke it. Like I don't want to have to light it. I just want to be able to hit it when I want to hit it and be inconspicuous and all that. She's like, "Oh, I got you." She's like, take this pen. She's like, you only want one hit. I'm like, okay, one? She's like, yeah, just one hit, and it'll do you a long time. I'm like, all right. So I buy this shit, and I go back, and I look at the box. It's called Bruce Banner. And I'm like,
oh, yeah, I've had Bruce Banner before.
Bruce Banner. Oh, the Incredible Hulk. Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Okay, so, well, I didn't realize that you were supposed to just take a quick hit. So I hit this motherfucker like you're smoking on a goddamn fucking water bomb. And I hit the fuck out of it. And that shit was like instantaneous. And I was fucking high for probably 12 hours.
Wow.
It went away. I mean, I was fucking gone. Like,
wow.
I could walk, but talking and walking at the same time wasn't going to fucking happen.
Man.
Only do one thing at a time. And I couldn't do anything together. And it was like I was just spaced out all fucking day. People kept having to hit me to fucking talk to me, and I just couldn't fucking focus on anything they said.
At least you're in Vegas though.
Yeah.
Oh, I was in Vegas.
I was just in Vegas back in January, and they have consumption lounges now where you can go and smoke weed at like a place. Like they set it up like a bar. And you like order your weed, and they have like snack trolleys that they come by with and shit. But my wife and I got a gram of hash, and they had these cool ass vaporizers that like fill up like a cup, and you like kind of like almost drink it, and you like inhale these like hits of hash and stuff. And the thing is like they time you. You get like an hour. And whatever you order, you have to consume while you're there. You can't leave with it. They have a store out like next door that you go buy your take-home weed in. So it's like we did a whole gram of hash. We're like, we're gonna finish this in an hour. Which I don't know if you've ever smoked hash before. A whole full gram in one sitting is a considerable amount of hash. Like normally we would buy a gram and it would last us like 3-4 days.
Wow.
We did it in an hour, and then we went to a fully immersive art installation called the Arte. My wife, we walked into this one room, and it was like the floor to ceilings, everything was screens. And it was this giant whale jumping out of an ocean, going up like probably 25, 30 feet. And it was just loud, crashing waves. And my wife like was almost in tears, like jumps in my arms, like, I can't.
That's how I felt. We got stoned off that Bruce Banner, and me and my ex-girlfriends, was it her dad that went with me? It was somebody that went with me. We decided to get stoned to go to Meow Wolf.
Oh yeah, we did that too. Yeah,
I got
we did that
stuck
too.
in there. I was so fucking stoned I couldn't find my goddamn way out. I was stuck in there for like hours.
Did you take the little fucking thing that takes you like all the where you're? It's like it's like a circle that you sit in, and you like get in this harness, and your legs are just dangling, and they lift you up so tall that you can see the whole fucking city, and like. Your legs are just dangling like seriously 30 some floors in the air, dude. It's terrifying.
I know what you're talking about. Like on top of the building.
Yeah, Lauren and I were so high, and it was like part of the Meow Wolf experience. Like you bought that and you got that for free type of thing. So we're like, cool. We go over there and they're like, okay, you got to take all your belongings out of your pockets. You're not allowed to have anything up there. And like if you have a cell phone, they give you like this thing that had to go around your neck, and it was like a case that your phone went in, and you're not allowed to take it out because if you drop it, like it's just gone. Like it's just a table. Like you're just sitting. It's like an amusement ride, you know. That was terrifying.
And then they ordered so much Chick-fil-A.
Oh yeah, that's the only affordable place to eat.
Yeah.
So on that, we have ran out of time. We love everybody. Thank you guys for joining us. Everybody who's watching, please stay put. Check out, we got this fucking video that's hilarious. It's a lyric video for Why Can't You Behave. It's fucking hilarious. Make sure to go follow See You Next Tuesday on all their social media accounts. Go smash that fucking follow button. Download the music. Buy merch. Go to a goddamn show. Don't be a pussy. Go get in the goddamn pit. On that, don't drink and drive. Be good to each other. And for the gods and goddesses, please fucking wrap your fucking tool. On that, we are out. See you tomorrow.
Good night, everyone.
Hey, thanks for having us.